Well, good morning, friends. It's Saturday morning. Finally, it's the weekend. If you have today off, then stoked for you. My day is coming off tomorrow. So hope you're having a really great weekend. This morning, we decided to switch it up a little. Past few days, we've been using the V60 and the Chemex to make a few different drinks. But today, we used a Gino. So a Gino, basically what it is, it's a flat bottom dripper that is freshly washed. So that's why there's a little bit of water on there. It's a flat bottom dripper that's very similar to your batch brewer / Mr. Coffee style, where there's a few exit points at the bottom, but for the most part, it's decently flat no matter what. So that means you got to increase your agitation. You got to pour a little bit heavier. You got to do a little bit more to make sure that it tastes really good and that everything comes out of the coffee. Some plus sides of it, you get a lot more body and flavor out of it. It's a little bit more intense of a flavor. So this is one where if you're like the super coffee nerd and you want to get some really, really mind-blowing flavors out of your average everyday coffee, granted, whatever is already there, you can only intensify it so much. But if you have, like, for instance, an Ethiopian natural, where there's a lot of stewy, juicy berry flavors in there, a Gino or a flat bottom dripper of any kind, like a Kalita Wave, would be a wonderful time to use that kind of dripper. But that's what we made. So here's a quick little demo, without sharing too much, because we are gonna post a brew guide video, just like we did yesterday about the V60. Here's a quick little run through of what we're doing in a kind of time-lapse fashion. You guys have been so great for giving us feedback. I hope that these videos are helping you. Thanks for all the comments, both on Facebook and through private messaging, and even some here on YouTube. First of all, if this channel is helpful, make sure to spread the love. Second, I do want to kind of point out some things that I'm saying in these brew guide videos that you'll see coming up. So, cool thing about pre-wetting your filter, I know I mentioned that a few times in, at least in the V60 video and in the forthcoming Chemex video. Pre-wetting your filter is pretty important to brewing coffee because, one, the filter doesn't absorb the coffee in comparison to if it's just a dry filter. So it actually allows the coffee to pass through the filter because it's already been fully saturated. So practical use of pre-wetting the filter. Number two, any paper taste that might still remain is removed by pre-wetting the filter with about 150 grams of water. So hopefully you haven't had that like nasty paper taste in your coffee before, but pre-wetting your filter will help you make sure that that coffee is nice and pure and tastes just like coffee instead of a little bit papery. That also kind of breaks down some of the fibers within the paper to make sure that extraction happens readily. You're not like backing up the coffee and keeping it in there like letting it steep too long. Pre-wetting that allows for things to flow properly and not get clogged up. So that's a quick little blurb on why I'm always a fan of pre-wetting filters. So hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. Tomorrow is gonna be a chill day for me and for my wife, so we might be drinking coffee, we might not. And if we aren't drinking coffee, I'll let you know. But other than that, have a great rest of your Saturday, and as always, happy brewing.